Hello, welcome to your practice for today. This is going to be a nice, juicy, all around, all over body practice that you can bring into your daily life. So let's get started just by bringing our attention inwards, letting go of everything that happened before, after this, and has not yet happened. So let's come into our breath and our body. And if you'd like, you can start by laying down. And start to bring the body into alignment. Let the feet drop out naturally to the sides. Bring the palms to face upwards towards the sky. And we're just going to start to notice how the body's feeling today without changing anything yet. First, we're going to start with the breath, simply noticing how it is, the quality of it. In the breath just yet. Maybe take note of where in the body that you're feeling the breath. Perhaps it's in the nostrils, or the throat, or the chest, or the belly. Just simply noticing its quality. Perhaps it's shallow and short breaths, or maybe they're a little bit longer and deeper. Noticing where the breath goes to. Does it stop in the chest? Does it maybe stop in the throat? Or does it go all the way down to the belly? However it is, that is okay. Simply let it be for just another moment while we simply observe. And now we'll start to lengthen the breath. And deepen the breath. And if you'd like, bring one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. And we'll start to bring the breath into the belly. Maybe first inhaling, expanding the lungs, letting the back ribs press into the ground. And then letting the belly fill up like a balloon. And then the belly deflates on the exhale and the chest falls on the exhale. On the inhale, the chest rises, the ribs expand, the belly rises. On the exhale, the belly falls, the chest falls, and the ribs come back like an accordion. Continue with the style of breath for another moment. Now we'll see if we can bring more breath into the lungs and less into the belly. So we'll draw the navel to the spine here, and we'll breathe, feeling the throat in through the nostrils, in through the throat, and let the chest expand. You might feel the chest rise up, almost like a hot air balloon this time, and then let it deflate once again, expelling the body of all the air so that the next breath has the fullest potential. And then inhale, letting the chest rise and expand. And exhale. You can keep the hands where they are or bring them back to the sides of the body. We'll start to scan through the body right now, just noticing the quality of all the different parts and bringing awareness to all the different parts of the body. Starting from the crown of the head, simply noticing, coming to the eyes. Notice the cheeks and the ears, the jaw, the mouth. Bring awareness to the neck. How's it feeling today? And the shoulders. Hello, shoulders. Come down to the upper arms, the elbows. Notice the lower arms, the wrists, the palms, the fingers. And coming back up to the chest, the upper back, the ribs, the low back, the belly, the hips and the pelvis, the thighs, knees, calves and shins. Notice the ankles, the feet, tops of the feet and soles of the feet, and the toes. So when we do that scan, we're just checking in with how everything in the body's feeling today, and if things are feeling good, that's good, and if things aren't feeling so good, that's totally fine too. Simply becoming aware so that you know the quality of the body as you move into your practice. We'll start to come out of this now. Start to move the fingers, deepen the breath again. You could wiggle the fingers and the toes, and roll the wrists and the ankles, legs. Reach the arms and the legs and opposite body nice and long. And then curl into a little ball, hug the knees into the chest. Thank yourself for making it onto your mat today by giving yourself a nice little hug. And then roll over to your right side or either side. You can rest the head onto the arm for a moment. Then press one hand into the ground. Let it help you into seated and come to a comfortable seat, keeping the eyes closed or the gaze softened. And let's bring our hands to heart center. Here we'll set an intention for your practice today. It can be anything that may come to mind, that may be on your mind, something along the lines of finding balance or compassion, patience, or it can be simply listening to the body today, noticing how it feels, and knowing what it needs and trusting what it needs. Whether that is more movement or less movement, and whatever it is, following along with what your body is telling you, without any judgments. So listening and trusting. Let's take a few deep breaths together. First, exhale fully. And then deep inhale. Open mouth exhale, letting go of anything that happened before this moment. Another deep inhale. Open mouth exhale, letting go of anything that is yet to come. And last one, deep inhale. And open mouth exhale, sealing in the intention, bringing the thumbs to the forehead or the third eye. And let's bring the hands down, flutter the eyes open, and big smile. Bring the hands out to this A shape and drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Reach through the hand, the left hand, reach through the fingertips. Imagine it going through the floor. And come down to center, drop the chin to the chest, and then over to the opposite side, this time reaching through the fingertips. Coming back to center, over to the opposite side again. This time you can drop the chin down and lift it up. Find a spot that might need the most attention at this moment. Coming back to center and over to the opposite side again, dropping the chin down, lifting it up, finding a spot that needs the most love. Bring the chin down to the heart, interlace the fingers behind the back of the head and gently pull down. And here you can turn the head side to side. Again, finding where in your body you need the most attention at this moment. And coming back up. Let's come onto our shins, coming to kneel. And here we'll do some wrist stretches. So this is really great if you do all day and we're always in this position. So we're going to bring the hands down, turn the hands outward so that the fingertips face you, and you can lean forward and slowly start to lean back until you start to feel this in the forearms. And this might feel very intense, so go very slow. The slightest movement can make a huge difference. And come back to your breath, breathe. Notice where in your body you're feeling this, notice the breath. And release it. Let's turn the fingers facing in again and bring the tops of the hands onto the ground, and this time again leaning back. Finding your breath. And slowly coming out of it, and you can roll the wrists a little bit or shake them out. Let's come into tabletop, onto our hands and knees, into cat-cow. As we flow through this, we'll move from the hips first. So as we inhale, we're gonna lift the sacrum to the sky, arch the back, and send the chest forward. As we exhale, we're gonna lengthen the spine, dropping the tailbone down, round the back, and really press into the hands here. Reach the upper back up, kind of like a Halloween cat that goes, ow! So we'll come into cow pose on the inhale, and cat pose on the exhale. Continue to do this at your own pace, at your own breath. So however the breath is today, movement of the body up with the pace of the breath. And from here, if you'd like to move a little bit more organically or intuitively, you can. Simply listening to what the body needs at this moment. So you can move the ribs from side to side, sway the hips from side to side, maybe come back all the way towards child's pose or come back all the way up. Taking another moment to move at your own pace. Remembering to breathe. And then find stillness again. And we'll press back into child's pose. So big toes together. Knees are about mat's distance apart. Reach the hands in front of you and reach the hips behind you. This opposite reaching of the hands and the hips. Making the spine nice and long, creating space. Breathe here, and you can roll the head from side to side, massaging the forehead or the third eye out onto the mat. And let's walk our hands over to the right side, stretching the body, the left side of the body nice and long. Reach through the sit bone of the left side and reach through the fingertips. Imagine the fingertips moving past where they actually are. And coming back to center and over to the opposite side. Again, reaching through the fingertips, reaching through the sit bone. Coming back to center. And from here, press into the hands, tuck the toes under, and start to straighten the legs as you send the hips high into the sky, coming into the first down dog. From here, you can pedal the feet out, stretching the hamstrings and the calves. You can twist the knee past the center line, feeling that stretch all along the side body. A nice little twist. You can shake the head. Keep pressing into the hands. Move the shoulders away from the ears. Make this into this little bouncy dancing dog. So or in this down dog that's just like dancing around. So finding all the little spots in the body that might need a little bit of movement. And let's come back to stillness. Look forward beyond the hands. Walk, step, or hop the feet up to the hands. and stay low. Heel toe the feet until they're hips distance apart. Take hold of either elbow and sway side to side here. You can bend one knee and keep the other straight. And just simply noticing any release in the hamstrings and the legs. Let the head and the neck relax. You've been holding it up all day, and it's been doing some great work for you, so let it have its time now to rest. Now find stillness again and press into the feet, bend the knees, and start to slowly roll up all the way to standing. And step to the top of the mat. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Take the hands out. I'll come over here to show you. Hands out. Reach the chest up to the sky, the chin down to the heart. Reach the tailbone towards the ground and the crown of the head up towards the sky. Tadasana, mountain pose. Feeling strong and sturdy and steady here, like no one can knock you down or push you around. And knowing that all your strength comes from inside. Let's bring the hands to heart center, staying at the top of the mat. We'll move through some sun salutations, and I'll slowly build up the difficulty level, so starting out with the easiest, and if you find that to be challenging enough, you can stay there for the remainder too, or if you are familiar with sun salutations, you can move into them at your own pace or just follow along with the different variations. Big toes together, heels slightly apart. Let's inhale, reach the arms up, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Drop the knees down, keeping the hips up. Start to bring the chest down to the ground, then the chin, and then sliding all the way through onto the belly. Inhale. Chest up off the ground, pressing into the toes. And exhale, coming through tabletop. Coming through almost this child's pose, tucking the toes, and coming into downward facing dog. Just a couple of breaths here, long inhalation and exhalation. Press into the knuckles of the first finger, press into the thumbs, reach through the heels, and they may not touch, and that's okay. Inhale, look forward, walk, step, or hop the feet to the hands. Come halfway up, flat back, hands on the shins. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale. Hopefully none of you are dropping your microphones at home. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, step back to plank. Drop the knees down, and this time tucking the elbows in towards the ribs, lower down all the way to chaturanga onto the belly. Inhale to cobra pose, pressing into the hands, shoulders away from the ears, reach the crown of the head up, tuck the toes, moving through plank and into downward facing dog. Staying in down dog for just a moment, long and even inhalations and exhalations. Reach the navel towards the spine. Inhale, look forward, walk, step, or hop the feet to the hands. Come halfway up, flat back, hands on the shins or the thighs. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Sweep the arms up, gaze at the hands. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more time. Inhale, sweep the arms up, gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips, sending the sit bones back. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, walk, step, or hop to plank, and lower down. keeping the elbows tucked into the ribs, 90-degree angle in the arms. Inhale, come through to upward facing dog, shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, downward facing dog. Long and even inhalation and exhalation, press into the hands and the feet. Draw the navel to the spine and reach the sit bones up, reach the sacrum up. Broaden the shoulder blades, draw the armpits towards each other in space. Inhale, look forward, walk, step, or hop. The feet between the hands, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, sweep the arms into the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center. Great job. So we'll do one more and then move into a lot of low lunges, really getting into the hips here. So this one, just to come down into the lunges. Inhale, sweep into the arms into the sky. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to plank and lowering down to chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up into the sky, keeping the hips squared up. Exhale, see if you can bring the knee to the nose, pressing into the hands. Inhale, sweep the leg up again. Exhale, knee to nose, and see if you can set the foot down. If the foot only makes it halfway, that's okay. Just walk it forward until you come into the low lunge. Bring the back knee down onto the ground. We're going to inhale, reach the left arm up, bring the right hand to the knee, and start to lean over to your right side. And you might be really feeling this in the hip flexors right now, especially if you sit down all day like I do. You can turn the head in any direction that feels good. Bring the left sky for a twist. And exhale. Exhale, stay here for one more breath, keeping the arm up. And then exhale, we're gonna bring the hand to the back. Take a look at that back foot. See if you can lift it up and hold on to the foot. Draw it in towards the hip. And this might be felt really intensely in the quads. Release the foot and windmill back down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg into the sky. Keeping the hips square, see if you can exhale, bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, knee to nose, and set the foot down. And coming into the low lunge in any way that works for your body. In low lunge here, we're gonna bring the left hand to the knee and the right arm up and side bend to your left. Feeling this in the hip flexors, maybe the psoas, the quads, and the entire side body along the right side of the body. Exhale, hand down. Inhale, left arm up. Breathe. And look back behind you. Lift the back leg off the ground. Take a hold of the foot. Draw it in towards you. And it's okay here if your left leg comes onto the outer edge of the foot. Release the right foot, come back, windmill to hands on either side of the foot, step back, downward facing dog. We'll go through a variation of that again. You can continue to do that in the low lunge if that was challenging enough, or if you'd like a little bit more of a challenge, you can bring this into the high lunge. Inhale, sweep the right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, and set the foot down, coming into high lunge. Keeping the hands on the ground first, and then right hand to the right knee, and then left arm into the sky, side bend to the right side. Exhale. What we're going to do here is we're going to twist. So the left arm is going to bend, elbow is going to hook over the thigh of the right leg, and bring the hands into prayer for a twist. Another option from here is to simply bring the hand down to the ground, reach the right arm up. And let's come back down, windmill, hands on either side of the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg into the sky. Exhale, knee to foot through. And again, either staying in low lunge or the high lunge. Left hand to the left knee. Inhale, reach the right arm up. And exhale, twisting to your left side, right arm hooks over the left leg, prayer twist. Releasing, hands on either side of the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Great job. Inhale, lift the right leg into the sky. Exhale, send the knee through, step through, swivel the back heel down, and we'll set up for warrior one. And a few options here. You can have the alignment be heel to heel, or rather heel to arch would be the smallest alignment. Heel to heel, or you can take it a little bit wider if you know your hips are a little bit wider. And you can start to rise up all the way into warrior one. And let's take our arms out to the side like goalpost or cactus. All the cactus here. And breathe. We're gonna move through the same movement we did in cat-cow. So we're gonna inhale, arch the back, lift the chest. Exhale, let the body fold in onto itself. This is kind of the position that we have as we're typing at our desks all day, right? Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. And last time. Let's take the right arm underneath the left and lift up into eagle arms, staying in this warrior one position. See if you can bend into the knee a little bit farther. Lift the elbows up, bring the shoulders down. And if this isn't working for you, you can also just hug yourself. Just take the arms on either side of the body and give yourself a nice little hug. Unwind the arms and bring them down on either side of the foot. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg into the sky. Exhale, knee to nose, and step it through in any way you need to. Swivel the back heel down. Check your alignment here. And inhale, rise up to warrior one. Letting the sit bones widen here. Torso and hips are pointing towards the front of your mat. Let's bring the arms into cactus. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, expand. Exhale, contract. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, back rounds. Last time here. Now this time bringing the left arm underneath the right. You can give yourself a nice little hug here or come into eagle arms, lifting the elbows up and the shoulders down. Bend into that front knee just a little bit more, keeping the sit bones widened. And unwind, come back into downward facing dog. Take a breath here. If you need to, child's pose is always an option. Let's actually all just come into child's pose for a moment. Release tension. Press into the hands, tuck the toes under, return to downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the right leg into the sky. This time open the hip. You can bend the knee, maybe do a few circles with your leg, and Don't really have the space for it here, but totally optional to flip the dog into Wild Thing. So if you know what that is, you can go ahead and do that. And I'll demonstrate on the other side next time for those who are new to it. Coming back to center. Exhale, bring the foot through and bring the back leg down. Open up to Warrior Two. And from Warrior Two, we're gonna bring the back arm down the back leg and come into Reverse Warrior, right arm up. Come back through Warrior Two, bring the right arm onto the thigh, sweep the left arm overhead, side angle. You might feel this in the side body again. Imagine the straight line of energy from the outer edge of the back foot all the way up the side body and out the fingertips. Keep reaching through the fingertips. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, side angle. And bring the hands down, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg into the sky. Open the hip. You can let the foot kick the bum. And if you'd like, flip the dog. And how you do that is a lot of faith and trust that the ground is there to meet you. Bring the back foot down to the ground and open up. Lift the hips high into the sky. And slowly, with control, come back through to your downward facing dog. And inhale the knee to nose, step the foot through. Inhale up to Warrior Two. Hips open to the side of the mat, arms reaching in opposite directions. Looking over the front fingers. Coming into Reverse Warrior. Right hand down the back leg. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, side angle. Left arm on the thigh, right arm overhead. And this long line of energy along the side body. Gaze towards the fingertips. And then coming back to Warrior Two, reverse side angle. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, side angle. I think that was reversed before. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, reverse. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, side angle. Inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, reverse. And inhale, Warrior Two. Exhale, side angle. And come back down, hands on either side of the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Great job. Take a breath here. Inhale, lift the right leg into the sky, open the hip. You can repeat Wild Thing again here if you wish. And then slowly make your way back to center. Inhale, knee to nose. Step the foot through. Swivel the back heel down. We're going to come into triangle pose. So setting the feet up first, either heel to arch, heel to heel, or maybe a little bit wider. Bring your right hand wherever it may reach, either the floor of the foot or the shin. Wherever you are, I want very little weight to be on it as you start to open up the body to the side of the mat. You can almost pick your hand off because the body is fully supported here. So it's really just there for a little bit of balance. Gaze towards the top hand. Spread the toes for balance. And lengthen the bottom ribs as the top ribs drop down. Let's windmill down. And you might need to adjust your stance just a little bit here for pyramid pose. We're going to draw the right hip back in space as the left hip moves forward. So the low back will be flat here. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold. And here, if you're having a hard time reaching the ground, you can grab a couple of blocks or a stool or just a stack of books and place them on either side of your hands, just simply to bring the ground up to your hands. Continue to stretch over that front leg. And plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift the left leg into the sky, open the hip. And you can move into wild thing if you wish. Come back to center. Inhale, knee to nose, step the foot through, swivel the back heel down. Setting ourselves up for triangle, making sure our alignment is all there first, and then bringing the hand to wherever we would like it to be before unfurling the top arm to the sky, opening the heart and the chest and the hips all to the side of the room. Bring the hands back down to either side of the foot, adjust as you might need. Start to draw the left hip back and the right hip forward, moving into pyramid pose, stretching over the front leg. You might be feeling this in the hamstrings or the hips. And then step the foot back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward beyond the hands, bend the knees, come onto the toes, and then walk, step, or hop the feet between the hands. Come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, sweep the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll use the length of our mat now. Take the feet wide, wider than hips distance, and bear with me while I adjust the mat, since I am, after all, a designer and lines need to be all perfect for me. Bring the legs out wide, hands onto the waist. Inhale, lift the heart up, and exhale, send the sit bones back. Bring the hands in between the feet. Reach the crown of the head towards the ground. Inhale, look up. Exhale, hands to the waist. Inhale, come all the way up. We'll do that one more time in a different variation. Interlace the hands behind the back, like so. Keeping the feet wide, making sure that they are parallel to each other, maybe even slightly pigeon-toed. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, fold, reaching the arms overhead. Inhale, come all the way up. And exhale, hands to the waist. Let's point the toes out to the sides and bend down, bend the knees, coming into goddess pose, feeling the power of this pose. For just a moment here, and then we'll start to go a little bit more fluid with this, just moving the body side to side. And you can start to move a little bit lower, maybe coming into what I call ninja lunges. There might be another name for them, but this is what I've heard. So one option is to keep the extended leg, the foot flat on the ground. And continue to do this at your own pace. And then we can move so that maybe the foot points up. So a little bit of a different feel in this. To stillness, come back to center and fold once more. From here, heel toe the feet towards each other until they're a little bit wider than hips distance, and then squat down into Malasana garland pose. Take the elbows into the inner thighs and press the thighs away from you. Keep the heart lifted. Bring the hands down. Let's start to straighten the legs again. And roll the body all the way up to standing and step to the top of your mat. We'll flow through a sun salutation and then come onto our bellies. So let's inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come halfway up, flat back. Exhale, walk, step, or hop to plank and lower down to chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath here, and then you can bring the knees down all the way onto the belly. We're gonna bring the hands in front. So from here, making sure that the arms are creating this nice 90-degree angle. For Sphinx pose, send the chest forward. Drop the shoulders away from the ears, tops of the feet are on the ground. Really press into the hands. If you'd like to go a little bit farther here, you can press into the hands and lift up into seal pose. Breathing here, then coming back down if you went up into seal pose. And let's bend the knees, bring the hands onto the feet, and either the tops of the feet or the ankles. Internally rotate the arms here. It seems counterintuitive, but it'll give you more space in the neck and the back. So as we inhale, we're gonna press into the legs or the feet and pull with the arms into bow pose. And if the bow is right here, that is totally fine too. Wherever you feel like you can go to today, which may be different from yesterday, and it may be different from tomorrow. Coming back down, rest for a moment. Inhale, press into the legs, pull with the arms. Gaze at a single spot or down the tip of the nose. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Remember to breathe when you're up in the pose. And then exhale, come down and relax all the way down. You can use the hands underneath the forehead as a little pillow. And from here, we're gonna move into Anahatasana, which is also called puppy pose. So we're gonna come into this tabletop position first, and then we're gonna walk the hands forward. Keep the hips up. So now we're creating a 90-degree angle with our legs. And reach the hands as far forward as you can and until you can bring the head onto the ground. Maybe the head rests on the ground, maybe the chin, maybe you can get the chest all the way down. Or at least aiming for it. This helps to open up the arms and the shoulders. Remembering to honor your body at wherever it is today. Let's come back up and make our way back into child's pose. So big toes together, heels, or rather knees mat distance apart. Press into the hands, reach the hands forward, reach the hips back. And resting for just another moment in child's pose. And come up and bring the legs out in front of you for seated forward bend. You can let the sit bones widen here and start to walk the hands forward onto the legs. Let them rest wherever they reach. This is not a contest to see how far we can go. Inhale, come up. Bring the right leg, sole of the foot down onto the ground, closing up the knee joint here, and then we're going to open the leg out to the side for Janu Sirsasana A. We're going to square the hips up and fold over the left leg. Let the neck relax here. And again, just like that last pose, wherever you can reach to is wherever you need to be today. Inhale, come up. We're going to take this left leg and swing it over the right. So now we have our legs set up for Ardha Matsyendrasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose, which is a twist. Right arm up, so I'm not mirroring you right now. And exhale, twist. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist. Slowly unwind. Take the legs back out in front of you. Bring the sole of the left foot onto the ground, closing up the knee joint first and then opening the hip out to the side. For Janu Sirsasana A, on the right side, inhale, lift the heart up first, and exhale, fold. Inhale, come up. And we're gonna take the right leg, swing it over the left. Inhale, lift the left arm to the sky. Exhale, bend the elbow, hook it over the right leg. Another option is to take the arm, I'll come to face you. Take the arm, wrap it around the leg, and simply hug the leg in towards you. So that's one option, and the other option is to hook around. And if you are familiar with this pose and you would like to take a bind, I welcome you to do so. Look over the right shoulder, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, fold. Rather, inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist, not fold. We're not folding here. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. Slowly unwind. Take the legs out in front of you. And another forward bend. Come up. Cross the legs. Move into downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale, lift the right leg into the sky, and exhale, send it through, coming into pigeon prep. The knee is outside of the hip, so it's not in line with the hip. It's actually a little bit wider. And the toe or the foot can be towards the groin, or you can walk the foot out until the shin is parallel. And if that's not possible for you today, simply keep the foot closer to the groin. And if this pose is somewhat impossible, a variation that you can take is a supine pigeon, simply by creating this figure 4 with the legs and then bringing the arm through the hole created by the legs and taking them around the hamstring and pulling the leg in. If, however, you can do the pigeon pose, continue to stay here, take a look at your back foot, make sure the ankle is not sickled in and that it's straight. Inhale, lift the heart up, and then exhale, start to walk the hands. You can stay upright onto the hands or come onto the forearms or come all the way down. Wherever you are today is perfect. While you're here, making sure that the hips are staying in alignment so that you're not leaning all the way out to the right side, but that the hips are squared up, and if you need to, you can place a block or a towel or a blanket underneath the hip here, simply to bring the ground closer to you. This is a good time to reconnect with your intention, if you had set one. Let's come back up. And what we're going to do is we're going to roll onto our right hip, and the left leg will roll out, and we'll bring the right leg in, and I'll come to face you. So right now, the right leg is in, the left leg is out. We're going to twist towards our right, and option one is to bring the left hand to the right knee, really pull the knee in to accentuate the twist, and exhale, reach the right arm overhead. Option two is to bring the left arm in line with the left leg and bring the right arm overhead. Let the head and the neck relax here. Feel that stretch along the side body. Inhale, come up. And let's make our way into down dog again. Taking a moment here in downward facing dog. And then inhale, lift the left leg into the sky. Exhale, send it through for pigeon. And again here, if there's any pain on the knee, you can do supine. Remembering that our bodies are different on different sides, so you may need something different, and that's totally fine and normal. Inhale, lift the heart up, and then exhale, fold. Bringing awareness to your right ankle, making sure that it's not sickled. Making sure that the hips are level here and that you're not falling over to the left side. Breathing. Bring your awareness back to the breath and back to the body. Come back up, and then we're going to roll until we're in this open position. So left leg is bent, right hand to the left knee, and fold over. Option two is right arm in line with the right leg, and continue to reach, feeling that along the side body. Letting the neck relax here. And you can use this arm to leverage the chest open to the side of the room. Inhale, come back up. And we're going to bring the legs straight out and lie down. Let's bring both knees to the chest for a moment. Give yourself a nice little squeeze. And then keeping the right leg where it is, extend the left leg out, take the left hand onto the right knee, and twist it over, supine twist. You can let the right arm extend to a T. Look over the right shoulder if that's comfortable on the neck. And if not, look in whichever direction is comfortable. Come back through center, Give your right leg a nice little squeeze and extend it out. Bring the left leg in. Give it a little squeeze. Right hand to the left knee. Exhale, twist. Opening up, leg over to the right side, arm to the left side. Looking to the left. Coming back through center. Give the leg a nice little squeeze here. If there's any other poses you'd like to do at this time, I invite you to do so. And if not, simply extend the legs for Shavasana, final resting pose. Let the feet drop out to either side. Bring the hands and the palms to face upward. Create some space for the neck. Let the chin reach towards the heart. We'll start to relax the body. Relax the toes. Relax the feet. Relax the ankles. Relax the calves and the shins. Relax the knees. Relax the thighs. Relax the hips. Relax the belly. Relax the low back, the ribs, the upper back, and the chest. Relax the fingertips, the hands, the forearms. Relax the elbows. Relax the upper arms. Relax the shoulders. Relax the neck. Relax the jaw. Relax the tongue. Relax the cheeks. Relax the eyes. Let them drop back into the head. Relax the space between the eyebrows. And if the mind starts to wander, as it probably will, simply notice that it's wandered, and without any judgment, simply bring your awareness back to the breath. Continue to rest here. Slowly come back to awareness. Deepen the breath. Bring movement to the fingers and the toes. Roll the wrists and the ankles. Move the arms and the legs. Reach the hands and the feet in opposite direction. And then curl into a little ball. Give yourself a nice little squeeze once more, thanking yourself for making it to the mat today. You can roll side to side or front to back if that feels good on the spine. And then rock over to one side, rest the head onto the arm, using that as a little pillow. Staying here for another moment in embryo pose before we reemerge back to the world. Press one hand into the ground and let it help you into seated, keeping the eyes closed or the gaze softened. Bring the hands to the heart center. Reconnect with your intention if you had set one. And find a place that feels like gratitude, and acknowledge one person or thing in your life today that you are grateful for. Bring the corners of the lips up into a smile. And as you move back into your day, always act with kindness, intention, love, and dedicate yourself to making your world a more peaceful place, one breath at a time. The light in me acknowledges the light in you. Namaste.